Welcome to SAME, a platform for individuals of all backgrounds, demographics, and experiences to share their stories with the goal to help us feel connected. This week's episode brought to you by the Chipotle burrito I just ate that got me pumped, and all the people who reached out to me last week with words of excitement and encouragement. I couldn't do this without your support. It means so much to me, and I'm so thankful that you're listening. Hi, and welcome to the first episode of SAME. So please be gentle, or don't be. It's a free country. I'm just happy you're listening. I just want to start off by saying that I've been trying really hard recently to start listening to podcasts, and I'm really bad at it. I lose attention approximately at minute 7, even for topics I'm genuinely interested in. So wow, I have a newfound respect for you if you're listening, and also, this statement most definitely makes me a hypocrite since I'm starting my own podcast, which I won't deny. So look at us building trust and being honest on episode 1. I say all this because this week's and maybe future week's episodes may feel distant or unrelatable at first. Or maybe during the whole segment, but geez, hopefully not, because then I didn't really do a good job on my end. But I ask you to try to stick with it. I will attempt to give you a punch you in the face ending that rocks, and also it could be cool for you to exercise understanding a different perspective besides your own. So for a while now, when I was formulating this podcast, I've wanted to interview my friend Grace. Grace is a senior at Penn State studying broadcast journalism. She's in a reputable sorority on campus, is interning at a local radio station, holds 2 part-time jobs, and is a daughter, sister, and friend from a suburb majority white town in Pennsylvania, and is interested in beauty and fitness. Sorry about that dating profile I just put out there, Grace. For those who go to Penn State, you are very aware of the school's culture and vibe. Whether you embrace it, love it, struggle with it, it's important to note that everyone has a different reality and standard of what Penn State means to them. The same backdrop can be a different scene to someone else. So this is a pretty universal truth no matter what school or city you're in, and this is just something to note or keep in mind when listening to Grace's story. We often think when we hear the phrase extreme lengths of a tragic story. We imagine the worst possible case scenario. Maybe extreme lengths is even a label we give a story about something or someone to compare to the maybe less dangerous or less traumatizing events of our own lives. Like, I could never go through what that person did, or that makes me feel blessed for what my life is. But something Grace's story addresses is that everyone in some degree or another takes extreme lengths, or at least takes steps in some part of their life story, regardless of where you come from or how they are viewed by people from the outside. This week, Grace talks about a time she went to extreme lengths to conform to expectations of culture around her, specifically with body image, and how she resorted to external quick fixes to solve her internal problems. So take a listen.
Hello, how are you? So we're here with Sita's Talk. I want to talk about conforming to society, like at Penn State, and what it was like for me coming from basically like a Catholic high school, so like a high school where I was constantly in a uniform, to like having to pick out an outfit every day and having to like meet new people who have like different styles compared to like what I was used to in high school. So I guess my biggest thing for like conforming to society here was definitely like the whole not like weight issue, because like when I was in high school I really did like I thought the world of like not my body, but just like I was very comfortable in my own skin. Like I never felt like I needed to lose weight or I needed to like go on a diet, or like I was like bigger than anyone else. But I mean, I always like went to the gym in high school. I was a cheerleader. I like was very healthy. I was active all the time. My mom like runs marathons and is like a gym nut. So like I just was raised to live a healthy lifestyle. And my dad like cooks really healthy. But when I got here, like literally I joined a sorority my freshman year, my fall semester, and right away it was just like you went out and everyone was in crop tops, like no one was wearing any clothes, like it was literally just like everyone I felt was just like out there kind of like with their bodies. And I was never one to like cover up everything when I was in high school, but I also wasn't one to like be like naked like that kind of. But I felt like in comparison to everyone I saw, like everyone was like, like a size 0, had like 6 packs, and I all of a sudden felt like I needed to either like lose 20 pounds or just like not wear like stuff that showed off my body. And I was okay with it a little in the beginning, and then I just got like more and more self-conscious because then people would start talking and be like, "Oh my God, did you see Stacy? Like, she should not be wearing that crop top. Like, if I had a stomach like that, I wouldn't be wearing that crop top." You know what I mean? And like obviously everyone subconsciously judges people when they see them, but like I hated when my friends like said that about people, because I'm like, automatically I was like, well, what if you were the one that looked like that? Like, if you're comfortable in your body, like, wear whatever the heck you want to wear. Like, you can pick what you want to like show off. But I don't know, that was like really hard for me because everyone in my sorority or in my pledge class I felt was like basically a stick, and I wasn't. Yeah, so basically I actually went to extreme lengths to like make myself feel better or to find a fix for it. Like, I remember the summer after my freshman year, I like went home, and I really like was not that big. My mom could tell I felt really bad about myself, and I ate really healthy. I would go to the gym. I like basically tried everything. Granted, I was taking like all these different birth controls, constantly switching. That's like what a girl goes through, especially when you're like in college or you're like just starting to like put yourself on the pill. So your hormones are all messed up, which makes your whole entire like body all messed up. Like it is very hard to like lose weight. So I went home that summer and my GPA was crap, and I really did think that like my sister got not diagnosed, or like she got prescribed to Adderall because she went to a doctor and found out she really does have ADD or ADHD, whatever it is. She was always like she had trouble in school, like for as long as we can remember. So my mom was like, well, maybe you should go see a doctor if like you're trying everything. I like worked my butt off freshman year to try to like get a good GPA. Like nothing was helping. I was on academic probation like the whole freshman year in my sorority, which a lot of us were because you're freshmen and you're getting used to it. But I got prescribed to Adderall, long story short, and that was like toward the end of the summer. So I came back to school, and turns out I really should not have been prescribed Adderall because I don't have ADD or ADHD. I mean, it did help my grades tremendously. I made Dean's List that semester. I was in the library all the time, but I literally went from 125 pounds to 110 in a matter of maybe 2 months, like if that. I came home like I think it was definitely before winter break that fall semester of my sophomore year after I had been prescribed, and my parents were like, something's wrong. Like, not only did I lose weight, but I was like a chatterbox. Like, I couldn't stop. I like thought I was having like a spiritual awakening. Like I was just like off my rocker, because when you take a drug basically that you shouldn't be taking, it has weird effects on you. So really, like, I was happy with myself because I lost weight from Adderall, but then I realized like this isn't like healthy. So that was like a really huge struggle for me, like coming off the Adderall. I literally like you really should not cut yourself off cold turkey with any drug, especially when I was like taking it like a vitamin like every day. But that was like a roller coaster. My mom like stepped in and was like, listen, I think that you should maybe down your dosage or like take a break for a little while and see if you feel any different, because right now you just don't really seem like yourself. And I honestly didn't realize that there was that big of a change in me until like she spoke out and like said something. And And then that's when I kind of like took a step back and was like, if this is worrying people that I love so much, and if they see something like so different about me, and like my personality, I was like, I don't want to like lose myself and lose like who I am as a person and like my personality, because like honestly, when you're taking a drug like that, it changes like your brain and like the way that your brain like kind of works. So I was like, why, first off, why am I doing this? Second off, do I really need this? And I realized that my GPA and my weight and all of that was something that I could fix on my own, and it wasn't something that I really needed an aid for. Like I could easily just, I don't know what this saying is, but like kind of like suck it up and just like go to the library more, because like I've proved to myself that, I can sit in the library and drink coffee and like study and do well on an exam, and I can just like not focus on food as much, and I can still be myself. And so I did listen to my mom. I ended up going to see another doctor, talked to them, went off of everything, which was kind of hard, but in the end I like slowly but surely came back to who I was, and I just realized that I needed to figure out what worked best for me in order to be my own self and like fix my own problems, and not what I think everyone else thinks is wrong with me, kind of like with my weight and my GPA. Like I always was told you need a higher GPA, or like, like based off of everyone else, like, oh, Grace, you need to be skinnier. But really, like, it's all about what goals you want to set for yourself in a way. And I like went home and I was like, you know what? I don't want a higher GPA so I can be off of academic probation. I want a higher GPA because that's going to help me in the long run. It's not going to help me go out to like a social event every night. And like the whole like weight thing, like it wasn't as much about my body image anymore. It was just about me being happy with my own self, not what everyone else thought. So, yeah, I just kind of listened to what my mom had to say, and it ended up working out. And now I have a good GPA, and I did it all on my own, just by putting in the time and the work. And I just have been living a healthier lifestyle. And I also just really don't listen to what people have to say, not people whenever they like talk badly about other people or other people's image, because honestly, like, it makes me mad because those people don't really think about what other people are going through, like the people that they're talking badly about. Yeah, I just say that I've honestly distanced myself completely from people that like, not just like don't make me feel good about myself, but I don't like compare myself to others anymore. I don't like stalk people on Instagram the way I used to. Like I would always like, I mean everyone does it, but like, look at fitness models and be like, oh, well, my stomach could be like small like that if I did this every day, or if I went to the gym for this long. I just kind of like, by distancing myself from all of that and like all of those bad thoughts, I've like ended up now a happier person. Like I not only have I distanced myself physically, or I mean emotionally, but like also physically. Like I don't live on campus anymore, and that has like literally changed the way I kind of am dramatically, just because I'm kind of secluded and I don't have to like see I don't know, like people all the time, where I'm like, oh, like the distance like physically has like helped me a lot, because I'm not like constantly like in the public eye or in like the crazy like campus lifestyle, which is nice for me, because I feel like that was like not a lot of pressure, but like that didn't help my whole like body image thing, because now I'm just, when I need to like be out there, I'm out there, but the distance has helped me like just stay calm. So ever since then, I've really like gotten over it, but I realized like you do not need to go to extreme lengths, or you don't need to put yourself in danger or like do crazy things in order to fit in. So now I just really like, I try to eat healthy and I wear clothes that I feel comfortable in. Like, you don't have to go out in a crop top every night because that's what everyone else is wearing. Like, that's not how it is. Like, yeah, when you're a freshman, maybe you feel like you need to, but there are other ways around it. Like, wear a cute romper or a cute dress or like a really cute shirt. Like, I don't know, it sounds dumb, but like you can still look fashionable and like not fit in, but like have your own little sense of style and like look good. But you don't have to do it in a crop top or in booty shorts or like the little like teeny tiny skirts that everyone wears and a pair of wedges. Like, you can look just as good and accentuate like the body parts that you love about yourself without having to show as much skin as you think you need. So yeah, that's what I do now. Maybe I will get it wrong, no baby for myself. Telling years I did, still I'm older, living on the shelf.
So I guess my question for everyone listening is, what are the judgments you held for Grace before and maybe still hold after listening to her story? For me, I view this type of person from the outside, and I get caught placing them in the same bucket. Beautiful, popular, white, seems to have it all together. And honestly, she's one of the most welcoming and genuine people I've ever met. Straight up, I want to be her, she's goals. This is sounding pretty biased and maybe too involved on my end for this podcast, but I promise I'm getting somewhere with it. So, I'm very aware of how my judgments and labels have already been defined with my relationship to a friend. I'll admit to it. And maybe you do this or don't want to do this but do it subconsciously, or you're aware of it too. But what Grace's story reminds us is that no one is immune to the pressures of society or the society they, the individual, is a part of. Using these stories helps to remind us that we all go through some sort of compromise with conformity. And maybe you knew this already, but I believe reminders are important to solidify our beliefs and ultimately affect our thinking and our actions, which make us who we are. For Grace and many others, we seek outside fixes, aids, and cures, such as prescriptions and medications. And in our heads, these are our own extreme lengths. I feel like there's this weird false high bar for what constitutes extreme lengths, and this shouldn't be the case. It shouldn't be determined by society and shouldn't be created through belittling or even praising ourselves through comparison to others, but instead should be created through a sense of self, which I thought Grace found beautifully through determining the involvement level of people around her who brought positive influence in her life and distancing herself from the bad. Even taking her mother's advice to heart and becoming aware of what she wanted versus what was expected, and standing against the expected norms of dress or conduct. Ideas which I think can be applied situationally to the specifics of everyone's story. I don't think other weeks will be quite like this format that I have chosen, but for the utilization of Grace's story, I got a gut feeling that this was the direction I should take. I don't really know what I'm doing in most areas of my life, so when I get a gut feeling, I gotta follow it. So I hope you understand. With all this being said, I guess some questions for yourself would be, am I seeking something destructive as a solution for a problem I need to address within me first? Do I belittle or heighten the situations of those around me based off of their apparent demographic or appearance? And Grace even inspired me to ask, what can I do or work hard at to change about my situations besides looking for a quick fix? What can I wear that makes me feel happy? And while working on this episode, I thought a lot about who I am within society's constraints, but at the same time through my own decisions. This episode can be taken in a lot of perspectives, seen in a lot of different angles, and I definitely took this in too many directions. I'm just a little excited for my first episode. But at the end of the day, it's for you to decide what you want to take away. For me, it was about extreme lengths, and I would love to hear your thoughts about this and on this week's episode. Thanks for listening, and I hope you tune back in next week. You are here, it says, well, at least someone